I often grouse about climate change being more than its extreme weather parts, that frequent natural disasters renders existing infrastructure unfit for purpose or destroys it. And after 3 videos, one published a few days ago, we get this in the news.
At least 42 people have been killed in floods in Kenya's central Maimahiu area after a dam burst early on Monday.
Dams in Africa collapsing because of intense flooding, bearing a payload of silt they were not designed to handle, and a volume of water they were not designed to handle, killing a few people or dozens or more and displacing many hundreds of thousands. They lose everything, and all the economic activity they would be engaged in simply ceases. All across the world, in developed and developing nations alike, dams, roads, bridges, factories are all aging out in a climate they were never designed for, rendering them unfit for purpose, dramatically shortening their useful life or outright destroying them. And here we are.
This city in Brazil is at risk of falling to pieces.
Cities in South America and Africa being swallowed by the earth. These neighborhoods are being swallowed by gullies created by the lethal mix of inadequate planning, deforestation, and rising extreme weather. But the only solution suggested in the BBC story is to undertake the construction of the very kind of flood control measures that we know will be unfit for purpose as soon as they finish, financed by dollar or pound denominated debt.
But the solution, wide-scale engineering works, are expensive.
The basic thing is to reduce the amount of water arriving at the gully. And so you can do that by increasing the water absorption in the area that drains. If you can't do that, you have to try and to intercept the amount of water, the runoff, before it reaches the gully, and then to deviate it via, for instance, a concrete ditch to a place where it cannot cause any harm anymore.
With no mention of a plan to create a green belt to reforest grounds around the city that would provide a nearly cost-free, enduring solution to their flooding problems. It isn't surprising that a local taking action to defend his own property has hit upon that very idea.
He started planting vegetation, bamboo and banana trees, to slow the advance of the gullies. And it seems to be working.
Depois que eu comecei a plantar taboca aí, não caiu mais pro meu lado.
Although he's limited to his own land, permaculture could be integrated into a green belt to provide food, shelter, building materials that could be used in the local economy, adding resilience to a local economy, insulating it from food and other supply chain disruptions that will be visiting us in the coming decades.
The federal government in Brazil is considering a $60 million proposal.